an English mother tongue teacher in Italy. Episode 1. Grammar, glitches and global gaffes. Ciao! I'm Teacher Ory, an Italian English mother tongue teacher, and welcome to my everyday battle. Welcome to episode 1 of Diary of an English mother tongue teacher in Italy. I'm here to share the pain, the laughs, the face palms, and the baffling beauty of teaching English in Italy, and sometimes beyond borders. You may want to grab a strong espresso or a glass of vino, since this one's going to be spicy. Italy, land of pizza, pasta, and definitely not past perfect continuous. Let's talk facts. On a list of 116 countries that the EP English Proficiency Index tests, in 2024, Italy ranked at moderate proficiency level in 46th position, while 32nd in Europe that counts 35 members. Experts say the position is declining. That explains that he go and she have that are still proudly spoken by people with master's degrees. The Italian government has rightly tried to enact programs upon programs, getting the kids to start learning English in primary school, which does sound progressive until you meet the Italian English teachers that can only be described as resilient, like the PNRR national program. Way to go! And it also explains why a uni student still says, I have 25 years old, instead of I am 25, after having gone through 13 years of verb conjugations. Oh my God. Why? Simple. Many English teachers in Italy don't actually speak English. They teach English grammar from the Holy Bible English textbook, like it's Latin. Rules, and more rules. But ask them something simple like, what are you up to this weekend? And you'll be met with panic, confusion, or the classic, please, you speak Italian to me? I not understand very well. WTF. Getting back a moment to appreciate Italian English textbooks, a dramatic collection of conversations that begin with, hello, my name is John, I am from London, and, wait for it, the pen is on the table. Ah yes, gripping stuff, and the pen is on the table, which must be in every textbook by law. It's been there for the last 40 years, hasn't moved an inch, never been used. I wonder if it's still working. Who knows, since ink pens aren't really used anymore in this day and age of technical devices. And forget idioms, expressions and interaction. Forget the English language spoken today in the UK, USA, Canada, South Africa, and Australia. You know, where English is the L1. None of us speak the English language since we don't speak like Jane Eyre or Animal Farm. That is the only real English language. They can't conjugate to be in every tense known to humankind. Ask them to use the verb in an everyday sentence. I is Italian, English no like Italian. Do they mean the English don't like the Italians, or that the language structure differs? Pronunciation, a national treasure trove of entertainment. Think becomes sink. 3 becomes a tree. Focus becomes focus. Oh gosh, I wasn't supposed to say that out loud. But let's review a few of my all-time favorite pronunciation mistakes. Can I have a sheet of paper? Sheet. It's pronounced sheet. Please. I want to suck sex in my life. I bet you'd have a lot of success in that one. Anxiety becomes anxiety. That word disappears faster than students at 5 p.m. And everything around telling the time, listen to this one. It takes 1 whore to get to the airport. How did an hour become a whore? No idea. And then, of course, my all-time favorite. Once, in a high school class, a boy surfed wives on the beaches of Sardinia. He wanted to say that he loved surfing on the beaches of Sardinia. Active life, that one. Lol, yeah. When it comes to everyday English, thanks God for Netflix and YouTubers, since teenagers today are brushing up on modern language through TV series. But once I heard a young boy say to his teacher, "Yo bro, what's up?" And the Italian English teacher gasped, No, you must say, hello, how are you, not what's up." Italy isn't alone. Let's take a trip around the world and discover how English gets mangled globally. Let's start in France, where they say actuellement when they mean currently. They are sensible instead of sensitive, and deception magically becomes disappointment. And the Germans, did you know that a gift is actually a poison? Better be careful. That the boss isn't in his office, he's in the kitchen, since they use the word chef for it. And when they want some advice, they ask for a rat. Can't leave the Spanish out, can we? Consider that embarazada means pregnant in Spanish. So when in an English lesson the girl says, "I'm so embarazada," is she saying she's embarrassed or pregnant? Sticky one. The Brazilians, pretend means intend in Portuguese. And since push means pull, how do they open the door to get in? And when push comes to shove, Mispronunciations aren't just cute. They can be disastrous. Let me walk you through some real-life examples I've collected, such as, I like cooking my friends and my dog. Cannibalism? Really? My father is a big boss in a condom factory. The student meant that his dad worked in a condiment factory. But this one, I'm boring. Oh, sweetie, who told you that? Your last girlfriend? Is that why she left you? Nope, he meant he was bored. What I would like to know is why the obsession with grammar. Is it because grammar is safe? Because grammar doesn't ask you to utter some words? Or is it because made in Italy is synonym of perfect image? Think of the fashion, and Ferrari, beautiful, while English is just something they don't excel in. I guess you can analyze a sentence to your heart's content without ever opening your mouth in real life. So what happens if a tourist in Italy stops an Italian in the street to ask for the nearest restaurant? Turns out that it's the tourist who says, "Dove io trovare ristorante qui?" without a thought to saying it in perfect Italian. Correct an Italian student's grammar and they'll thank you. But ask them their name, pure panic. After all this, guess what's worse? That the Italian English teachers correct me. Me! Yes, they correct the mother tongue English teacher, the gall of it. I've often asked myself why they call me in for the job. It's not as if they want to learn something. And their insistence that their students get certified? Oh, you'll love this one. My sister only went to school in England. She did her O-levels and her A's there. She worked in an office before we, as a family, decided to live in the Eternal City. Not long after I started this job, confused by the kind of questions in most of the exam cert mock tests, not trusting my 12 formative years of Commonwealth schooling, I asked my sister to do the mock exam. Want to know the results? She failed. Just goes to show, I guess. But we'll come back to English mother tongues not knowing their language at a later date. In conclusion, the Italians love this one. In conclusion, English learners across the world struggle in unique, adorable, and often hilarious ways. Italy may love English, but speaking it is still a work in progress. And it's gonna take a lot of progress. Oh shit, if an Italian English teacher is listening, please, don't say can't say gonna. I know you mean can't say gonna, but it just doesn't come out like that. You really don't know what you're saying. Oh shit, I'm in for it. When will I ever learn that it's not a good idea to correct the Italian English teacher? This said, mispronunciations and false friends make great stories and unforgettable lessons. And me, I'm just here trying to survive another day of bitch volley and surfing wives, doing my best to remember that I may be English, but I don't know my language, at least according to the chefs. Oops, bosses, the Italian English teachers that employ me. So until next time, keep laughing, keep learning, and remember, grammar is important, but communication is everything. Arrivederci from your tired, sarcastic, double native, very exhausted Italian English mother tongue teacher, Ory, that simply refuses to quit, because if I can, well, the Italians can too. P.S. I've only just realized I invented this magical method called the get-going method that really works. And lo and behold, it's made in Italy. They've done it again. Viva l'Italia! Diary of an English Mother Tongue Teacher, Episode 1, Listening and Comprehension Questions. 1. Who is the host of this podcast and what is her job? 2. How does Teacher Ory describe the current level of English proficiency in Italy? 3. What English mistakes do even educated Italians still make? 4. What does the government try to do to improve English learning? 5. Why does Teacher Ory say about many Italian English teachers? 6. What does she say about the textbooks used in Italian schools? 7. According to Ory, what kind of English is considered acceptable in most Italian schools? 8. What are some examples of Italian pronunciation errors mentioned in the podcast? 9. What mistake did the student make when talking about surfing in Sardinia? 10. How do teenagers in Italy learn more modern English today? 11. What happened when a student greeted a teacher using slang from a TV show? 12. What are some examples of false friends from France, Germany, Spain, and Portugal? 13. What are some real-life examples of dangerous or funny miscommunication in English? 14. What happened when Teacher Ory's sister tried taking a popular English exam in Italy? 15. What is the name of the method she invented to teach Italians how to speak English? 16. Why was she surprised